Guys and dolls, good morning. It is Sunday, and baby and mummy's upstairs sleeping. So I'm downstairs with Tulip and my boy. So I hope he's liked my video yesterday. Put a wee bit of work into that one so that I will get easier. It will get easier for me. You know what I mean? It's just getting used to a different form. I've got the hiccups, but all's good. Hope he's all had a good day yesterday. If he's at the protest. Well, if you just watched it online, I'm sure quite a few of you will be sitting with a hangover the day. Um, I don't know what the numbers were like or anything like that. I probably covered once I talked to a few of you a day. I'll do a wee video about it. Let everybody know how it went. You know what I mean, and what exactly went on. Any gossip. I like to find out the gossip. Yeah. But no, anything I hear, I'll bring these guys. Anything, obviously not gossip, you know what I mean. But anything it's impo- important to Patriots, you know what I mean. I'll bring these. But yeah, everything else is all good at the minute. Just busy, 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 doing different things for the house. Still hoping to get a cooker and that soon. I found a cooker online. Um, so it's just quite early. It's about 8 o'clock. I really good sleep. Uh, oh dear me, sorry guys. Yeah, so baby, baby was first night. Baby's been here, So that's another experience. It's just like, it's amazing. I mean, I can't even put in the words how amazing it is. So now I'm going to try. But everything else is good. Everything else is good. I'm gonna get a shower shortly, and I'm I don't know. See, I need to get used to Katie's routine as well, because babies woke up, went on the breast, and the two of them fell back asleep again. So that must be a wee routine they have, you know what I mean? So um, I'll just wait till I hear the baby crying, and Super Dad will get into action, So the whole point is now is to give Katie a break, That's the whole point now. Give her a break. Baby was went back round to Granny's last night, so we're just around the corner. You know what I mean? But yeah, still a bit tired, guys. I haven't got any topics in my head. I haven't even been on X. Don't really like going in at X first thing in the morning, guys. You know what I mean? Just I need to get a coffee into me and everything. But everything. I'm in a really good place. Really, really good place. So that means if I'm in a good place, I'm in a good place to help others. So if anybody's not in a good place, please give me an email. Give me an email. Leave me a comment. You know what I mean? Add, add me an X. I know quite a lot of you have got me an X. But if you're not feeling it, send me a wee message. You know what I mean? I'd like to think that we're all, especially some of you guys, I'm not gonna throw names out, but you know who you are. All the ones that have been there from the start, all my friends, the ones that I talk to. I would truly like to think if any of are having a shitty day or something's not right, just like I come on here and moan at yous, please give me a message. You know what I mean? Let me interact with you. Let me find out. Let's talk about what's going on and why you're like that. And let's change it. Let's make it easier. Let's stop it happening again. You know what I mean? Because we can. You can. You know what I mean? Um, it's okay for me sitting here saying, I wake up early, I wake up happy every morning. You know what I mean? But it's my headset. It's where you put your head. It's where you put your thoughts. It's where your wee brother is. You know what I mean? Thoughts is your wee brother. You know what I mean? Um, it's difficult, guys. But can you not remember when you were young, when you woke up, when you were just so excited, you couldn't wait to go out. You know what I mean? You didn't even want to eat breakfast. It was the weekend, and you wanted to go out and play with your friends. I mean, I don't know if other people had that experience. It's difficult for me to say. I'm still we're still digressing. I've got one coat that was red before, you know what I mean? So, but I don't know if everybody's had same experience and a wonderful childhood as me, you know what I mean? Even though I have to admit, the 8 years my mother was here was absolutely fantastic. It was wonderful. The memories I have, the memories like I've got a memory of me getting my first bike. Okay, my first bike, and I'll just change this a wee bit because my arms. I can rest my arm. So my first bike was a chopper, right? And the guy came round with a chopper, you know, and my back alleyway, you could sort of reach out and touch both walls of the alley, just a normal Belfast sort of Liverpool sort of wee street, you know what I mean? And excuse me. So they were out the back of the alleyway, and I needed to ride this bike, or I wasn't getting it. Long story short, couldn't ride it. Absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted. And yeah, yeah, it was a moment in life, but at the same time, it wasn't bad. I was sad. I wasn't happy. But my mum, I think, had a good way of things, you know what I mean? And because she loved me so much, it wasn't traumatic or nothing. That was all. I just remember that and being disappointed. There's nothing, there's nothing bad. It's an absolutely wonderful memory for me. You know, memories like getting sweeties on a Saturday night when my mum went out every Saturday night, so she did. Every Saturday night was our night out, and she'd buy me a big bag of sweeties for the babies for me for the babysitter, and it was brilliant. You know what I mean? I don't think I really had sweeties. You know what I mean? I didn't, and I don't remember getting sweeties apart from what on a Saturday. And it was just amazing. It was just amazing. The- I can still feel the feeling of having that bag of sweets. And I'm talking it was quite a big bag of sweets. Maybe not that big. My hands were small. You know what I mean? So I think everything. Like we say, the cream eggs have shrunk. I think the cream eggs. It's not the cream eggs that have shrunk. It's our hands that have got bigger. So, but I think they have shrunk a wee bit. But you know what I mean? Just the memories of going out and playing in the street. And I remember after that, I got a different bike. You know, I've got photographs of that. I'll throw them up sometime. They're up in the loft. I will do a wee video once I do my story. That's when you'll see all the videos of my life, all the photos. You know what I mean? Even because I would like to do a video thing, you know what I mean? But I would also like to make some money from it, guys. To be honest with you, I'm just gonna be totally honest. You know what I mean? I would like to make some money for it for Lucky, something for her. If I ever got big enough where people would want to read my book, you know what I mean? Like where I could make money on it. But what I would like to do is do a video. I would like to do chapters, but video chapters. So starting the first video would obviously be in Belfast of me in Belfast and being brought up North Kilburn Street, picture of the house, picture of the street, show you the show you the area, say that we has them to going around the area, tell my stories because that's what my book would be. Only this would be video, with along with video. Problem is people would just screen record it, you know what I mean, and sell it themselves, Um, so suppose trying to get away around that is one obstacle because I would really like to do it that way because this is how I do things. I do things in videos, you know. Um, I didn't think this was going to be so long, but no. Yeah, like I've got memories of like sneaking it. Like so, I used to sleep with my mum all the time, and I used to remember having to sneak out of bed, sneak down the stairs to watch morning TV on a Saturday. And it was brilliant back in the day. Saturday TV and back in our our day was amazing. You know what I mean? Some of the people that were involved in it were quite unsavory now we find out, but obviously predators back then got jobs with kids, you know. Yeah, it's got, I can say without a doubt, you know a nice person, you know a good person, a person who's got God in them more or less, you know what I mean? You really can, you know. And there wasn't many of them that done the children's things, but there was a few. Um, Obviously there was genuine people there that enjoyed working with kids and enjoyed doing things that made kids happy. But I reckon about 90% of the people that were involved in the kids shows when we were kids were predators. No two ways about it. But we had Saturday swap shop, you know what I mean, and we rolling rat, you know. Um, you can't remember them all, but there was Saturday morning was quite, yes, you know what I mean. And you had why don't you remember that? And how, do you remember how? Dum 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 dum. How? And that was like a wee program that told you how stuff got done. You know what I mean? Which was really good. Um, yeah, so another one I remember watching was the Pipkins. I don't know if anybody remembers it, because see where I lived in Kilburn Street in the Donegal Road, my school was just across the road, so I used to go home from a dinner. I was probably one of few kids went home from a dinner. So when I went home from a dinner, I watched this cartoon. So when I was growing up, nobody else had seen it because everybody was at school, and it was really frustrating because I loved it. You know what I mean? Have you seen the Pipkins? No, never heard of it. And I couldn't work out why I was the only person that only ever seen the Pipkins. And then I realized as I got older, But yeah, yeah. Some really, really, really good memories, guys. You know what I mean? I remember getting, so the army used to take us away. Because I was a single child, my mum was a single parent. I think she got a wee bit of help here and there, like from the Smartens, and that. But the army used to come and take us kids out canoeing and kayaking. Brilliant, so it was. So I came back from one of them, and I was probably about 7 years old, and my mum said there was something in the cupboard. There was a wee cupboard next to the couch. So I've reached down and opened the cupboard, and there was a wee puppy. So wee black poodle, Gypsy, I called her. I don't even know if it was a boy or a girl. I think she lasted about 6 months because obviously, um, I was a kid, so I would have been leaving the door open all the time. She kept running away. There was one time they had to jack a car up in the Donegal Road to get her out from underneath it. So I don't exactly know how long she lasted or what happened, or if my mum just gave her away because I wasn't maybe paying enough attention to the dog. God knows, but the dog disappeared. Um, and it wasn't traumatic, so yeah, it mustn't have meant that much to me, unfortunately. But it was in Belfast. It was, I'm talking about the good times, but while them good times, there was a lot of bad times. Um, but good times are so precious, especially whenever you only have 8 years with somebody, and the fact that you're only 8, you're so young. You know what I mean? And like, it's a good wee thing because if I get the 8, if I can survive the 8, we're lucky being 8. Then she's gonna have some memories of me. At least I know that, which is good in it. You know. Um, and I remember the Jubilee 1977. I remember me making a wee flag. I've got a picture of the flag as well, still to this day. The wee red handy Ulster in it, 1690. This is how I was brought up. Brought up to be a Protestant. I was brought up to be a loyalist. And to be honest with you guys, I don't think it was anything to do with bitterness on my mum's part. My mum came from Wales, and I don't know. I think something happened in Wales. When she was maybe 18. You gotta understand, my mum had me in her 40s. So my mum didn't know she could have children. She's tried and tried and tried and tried and tried, and she gave up. You know what I mean? She just thought she couldn't have children. And then I came along. But so my mum left Wales, and I imagine it was something bad. I don't ask me how I know that, but I just know in my heart it was. and it's not just being like the obvious thing. What would make somebody leave? Because it was a wee place called Gilvach in Wales, a tiny, tiny wee mining village in the middle of nowhere. Honestly, you came out my granny's back door, and there was a mountain. I mean, a mountain, and so this is sort of the scenario. So my mum's came from Wales, probably not even anything to do with religion. I know my granny and my granddad were the first out of my line to get married in a registry office. All my granny and granddads before that were Catholics and got married in a chapel. Okay, this isn't exclusive for you guys because I know I'm only getting a couple of hundred views, so you know what I mean. I'm not that concerned, but this isn't exclusive for you guys. Yeah, so whether my mum was a Catholic or a Protestant, I really don't know. You know, but all I do know is her mum and dad were the first in my family to get married in a registry office. So I imagine religion didn't want to get. Maybe because my granny and granddad were mixed. One was Protestant, one was Catholic. That's probably it. See, this is me learning as I'm doing these videos. You got to understand that this I do get so much from these videos. So that's a big ding light bulb in my head. So yeah, it's a good possibility. My granny and my granddad were Protestant and Catholic. So they got married in a registry office. So my mum's came to Belfast. Now I don't know the circumstances of why she came to Belfast. Whether it was a guy, a man she met, or I don't know. I really have no clue. But there's part of me thinks that I could have ended up anywhere. I could have ended up in the Falls, you know, and became a Republican, became an IRA man. Yeah, I really could have, you know. It was all down to where my mum laid her hat, basically. And she laid her hat in a loyalist area, one of the most staunchest loyalist areas in Northern Ireland, as far as I'm concerned. Between that and East Belfast, South, people say the Shankle's more commercial. Because you had the Shangle Butchers, Johnny Adair and Grug, and the command structure came from the Shangle, but the Shangle was just one road with a couple of bits coming off the end inside it. You know what I mean? It was much bigger than Sandy Row. A lot of people disagree with me on that, but you know, Sandy Row and Donegal pass together. You got the Shangle. You know what I mean? Lower Shangle. Depends how high far you want to go up. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get into it, guys. Right? I'm not going to get into a big thing with it, but South Belfast was brutal. It was like a loyalist then because we were right next to the falls. You know what I mean? And then East Belfast was an even bigger loyalist then. It was like 10 times the size of South Belfast. Um, but you know, these were staunchly loyalist areas, and all my school friends were, were kids of loyalist parents, and we all celebrated the 12th of July, the 11th of July with the Queen's Jubilee in 78. So everything was really pushed down that royalist, loyalist, unionist way of life, you know what I mean? And it does progress from there, but it is interesting to know that I could have been a Catholic, I could have been a Republican, because that's how simple it is, guys. And, maybe these guys in Northern Ireland should maybe pay attention to this, because most of them very much the same. All right, you're going to get your generations that will be able to go back to their great 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 grannies that were born and bred, but even their great 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 grannies would have been Catholics, you know. Their great 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 we were all Roman Catholics, every single one of us. It wasn't till you know I'm not going to go into it, but then that's where you get the Protestants from, the Protestants. So um, yeah, we are all the same. Yeah, it's like I wish everybody would just learn that into their heads, because once you get that into your head, it takes the division away. It's hard to look at another man and see him as somebody different than you when you know you are both exactly the same. Just your ancestors stayed Catholics and mine became Protestants, you know? But really, there's no difference. And I think with the decline of the church, to be honest, we're seeing that more and more and more, you know? But what worries me as well is, certain hardcore loyalists and hardcore Republicans are going to dig their heels in. And I suppose there's money to be made as well. You know what I mean? And all these commanders and all that, both sides. If there was peace, what would they do? What would they do? They wouldn't be the big name commander in their area anymore because nobody would really care. You know, truthfully, there's no need for paramilitaries anymore. You know, the only thing, as far as I'm concerned, they're no helping the community. That's for sure. You know, and anybody involved in drugs, and yes, I've got friends. You know, how long they'll be my friends, I don't know. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's hard. They've been my friends all my life, and it's difficult to turn my back on them and to say you're not my friend. But you know, it's a sad situation. But I understand as well. Some of these guys were involved in some heavy, heavy stuff. And organization, the whole thing of the organization, the community of the secrecy, the meetings, belong to a family, being along to something, being part of an army, feeling like a soldier. So many different things, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it gets taken away, like, because that's what happened. That's how I felt, you know what I mean? It was hard, and then I came to Scotland and got accused of robbing 5 banks, you know what I mean? So people deal with it differently, and some people win in the drugs, and it's sad. It is sad. But listen, guys, fucking arm sore. I'm going to wrap it up. It's only a wee early morning one, just rabbiting on to my followers. Um, like I say, I don't keep calling your names out because there's too many, and I would always forget somebody, and I'd rather not have one of you sitting. Fuck's sake, freedom for how could he forget my name? You get me? Because it is easy to forget somebody's name. You know what I mean? I could run through 20, 30 year names right now, but I would forget somebody that I would really be gutted that I forgot. You know what I mean? But you know who I'm talking about. You are watching my videos all the time. And I know there's a lot of yous can't comment. I know there's about 100 of yous easy that can't comment. All I can say is, you know, you can get a YouTube account. You just go on your phone and start a YouTube account. You know, if you've got a smart TV, your phone will connect to your TV. So whatever you're watching on your phone, you'll watch on your TV. There's even a bit, if you've got a decent phone, there's even a bit on your phone where you can screencast. So whatever you're watching on your phone goes onto your TV. I know, it's nuts. So all you're doing is you're pulling down from the top of your phone, and then you'll see a load of different things like do not disturb and all that. So swipe along. There's more stuff there. I know. I'm talking to Generation X guys. You know, if somebody had have told me this when I was first working with these phones, I didn't even know you'd screen record and all that. None of that. Hadn't a clue. So yeah, it's everything's pretty simple when you know how. So if anybody does need any advice, like I say, guys, I'm on X, and I know if you can't get a YouTube account, you aren't going to be able to get an X account. So what I've done is I've started up a Facebook page, Freedom Dad. Okay, so there's only one Freedom Dad on Facebook, and that's me. So if you go on there, send me a message. If you need help, I promise you, I will directly help you. I will screen record me doing it on my phone and send it to you so you can see exactly what you need to do. And I'll do a voiceover of the video so I'm explaining as the video's going along exactly what you need to do. It's not a problem. Come to my X account, go to my Facebook account, send me a message, tell me, just say, listen, I want a YouTube channel, I want to leave comments, I want to be more interactive online, but I promise you guys, it's not hard. It's like anything, once somebody just shows you, it's simple, right? And I can show you, you know what I mean? I'm Generation X, I can show you in a way where it'll make it easy, you know? I'll give you instructions that you just need to write down. You just follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each instruction, just fucking do that for you. Whatever I need to do, I will help you grow your brain for this kind of thing. Because I promise you guys, it really isn't easy. It just looks difficult. It's overwhelming, but it isn't that hard. It's made to be easy. I promise you, they make them to be easy. It's not like the stock market or crypto where it's impossible. You know what I mean? This is basically like the betting accounts. They're made for you to join. They want your information. They want your data. You know what I mean? And listen to me about that as well. Guys, if you aren't up to no good, if you're not involved in criminality, there's not much harm can be done. You know, just don't buy nothing. You know what I mean? You have to put your bank details in sometimes to verify. That's all it is. Nobody's going to take any money to your account. Facebook, YouTube, X, all these accounts aren't going to take any money unless you want to verify your account. Okay? And it's all straightforward. A five or something comes out every month or a tenner or whatever it is to get that wee blue tick. It's just people know you're genuine, you're not a bot, you're a real person. If you want to do that, you don't need to do that. But yes, you do need to do your bank details in. You need to get a Google account. I can start you off from scratch. It's no big deal. You won't get scammed. I promise you. Nobody's going to scam you. There's so many security verifications you have to go through before you can actually give money to anybody or like buy anything. So please don't think that you're in any way vulnerable. Um, if you need a banking app, just go to your banks, guys. You know, they're really, really good helping people out because they want you on the banking app. You know, the less people going into the banks, it's easier for them. They want us in a cashless society as well. You know, there's nothing going to, you're not going to stop that. So don't be saying, "Oh, I'm not going to do it because I don't want a cashless society." You're not going to stop that. I'm not going to stop that. It's going to go into a cashless society one day, guys. There's nothing we're going to be able to do to stop that. You know what I mean? Um, it's just the way of the world, you know. Um, yes, I do want a cashless society. You know what I mean? It maybe not in our time, but it's definitely coming. But listen, I'm going to wrap it up. 26 minutes. Another massive video. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen, guys. All my love and God bless.